Imagine a car that exists at the boundary between past and future, a retro-futuristic coupe that combines hydrogen fuel cells and battery electric power in one drivetrain, wrapped in a design inspired by a 1970s concept. That is the Hyundai Envision 74, and it's exactly the kind of machine that ignites the imagination of automotive fans. In this article I'll walk through its story, technology, design, capabilities, and the challenges it must overcome to become a real car you might someday drive. From the very beginning, the Envision 74 has been more than just a design exercise. It is a rolling lab, meant to explore what high-performance, sustainable motoring might become. Hyundai's N-Performance division calls it the first hydrogen-electric hybrid, rolling lab, a testbed for merging the energy density and fast refueling of hydrogen with the instant torque and flexibility of battery electric systems. Heritage meets ambition. One of the most compelling aspects of the Envision 74 is how directly it references Hyundai's past. Its styling takes clear inspiration from the 1974 Pony Coupe concept, which was drawn up by Giorgio Giugiaro. Though the Pony never reached mass production, it became a touchstone for Hyundai's early ambition to build sports-oriented cars. The Envision 74 doesn't just mimic shapes from the Pony, it reinterprets key elements. Its front and rear lighting adopt Hyundai's parametric pixel theme, paying homage to the rectangular lamps of the Pony, yet rendered in a modern digital form. The profile is low, wide, and clean, a wedge shape that feels both retro and futuristic. Aerodynamic touches like integrated splitters, large side intakes, and a strong rear wing speak to its performance ambition. Inside, the concept leans into a driver-centric cockpit, blending analog switches and digital displays, performance blue accents, and a nod to motorsport architecture. Hyundai describes the interior as an entertaining space that maintains purity and function. Underneath, a hybrid of hydrogen and battery power. Where the Envision 74 really stretches boundaries is in its propulsion system. It's not a pure battery electric vehicle, nor a pure hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, it's a carefully engineered hybridizing of the two, aiming to capture the advantages of both. Under the hood figuratively sits a hydrogen fuel cell stack mounted at the front axle net, 85 kilowatts, potentially up to 95 kilowatts in peak situations, and two hydrogen tanks 4.2 kilograms mounted near the rear axle. The battery, with a capacity of 62.4 kilowatt-hours, is laid out in a T shape through the center of the car. The actual drive comes from dual electric motors mounted on the rear axle, each independently driving one rear wheel. That allows for torque vectoring, precise control, and an engaging driving experience. In total, the rear motors deliver more than 500 kilowatts, which corresponds to over 670 horsepower and over 900 newton-meters of torque. Hyundai emphasizes that these two power sources, fuel cell and battery, are integrated via a control logic system that balances energy use. In city or light driving, the battery can dominate. During long range or when battery is low, the fuel cell helps recharge the battery and maintain range. Thermal management is crucial in such a complex system. The Envision 74 deploys a 3-channel cooling architecture, one channel for the fuel cell stack, one for the battery, and one for the power electronics and motor modules. This modular cooling helps maintain performance under heavy track use and avoids overheating. Performance and range. Hyundai claims impressive numbers for the concept. It aims for a top speed of over 250 km per hour, acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour in under 4 seconds, and a total driving range using battery plus fuel cell of over 600 km. Refueling the hydrogen tanks is expected to take about 5 minutes to 80% fill, one of the key advantages of hydrogen over pure battery systems. Because of the dual motors and torque vectoring system, the Envision 74 should feel agile, responsive, and well-balanced. The control logic between the battery and fuel cell also seeks to prevent power drop-off, making sure performance stays strong even under sustained use. From concept to possible production. When the Envision 74 was first unveiled at Hyundai in July 2022, alongside the RN22e electric rolling lab, it was clear Hyundai had ambitions beyond just a showpiece. The official press materials describe both RN22e and Envision 74 as testbeds for future performance electrified vehicles. However, turning a bold concept into a road-legal, reliable production vehicle is never easy, especially with a hybrid hydrogen-electric drivetrain. The cost, safety, regulatory, packaging, reliability, hydrogen infrastructure, and customer acceptance all pose serious challenges. In December 2023, Hyundai announced that the Envision 74 would indeed move toward production in a limited run, around 200 units starting in 2026. Yet shortly after, some reports suggested that the plan might be delayed or cancelled, indicating the precarious nature of such an ambitious project. Still, more recently Hyundai has teased production spec versions of the car, and has included the Envision 74 among the key future models in its EV hydrogen plans. There's growing optimism that at least a version of the same concept might make it to customers, though likely in small numbers at high cost. What makes the Envision 74 exciting? Beyond the raw numbers and technology, the Envision 74 captures the imagination because it pushes boundaries. It's not merely a tribute to retro styling, nor is it a safe EV concept. It's proposing a third path, hydrogen plus battery in performance context. It gives hope that future performance cars don't have to rely solely on huge batteries and slow charging. If hydrogen infrastructure grows, this hybrid approach could provide both the joy of electric torque and the practicality of quick refueling. The Envision 74 also serves as a showcase. Many of its innovations, cooling, torque vectoring, energy management logic, could trickle down into more mainstream vehicles in time. From a design perspective, it strikes a balance between nostalgia and innovation. It's not just retro for the sake of retro. The form is functional, aerodynamically tuned, with integrated components and motorsport cues. And it demonstrates how a brand can reconnect to its past while laying out a vision for the future. Risks and open questions. All that said, many questions remain. The hydrogen infrastructure is still sparse globally, which limits practicality. The cost of integrating two energy systems is extremely high. Meeting safety, emissions, crash, durability, and regulatory requirements will be more complicated than any single drive system. There's also uncertainty about the final specs. Hyundai may downscale or alter the design, performance, or energy mix to make it viable. The weight is another concern. All the hydrogen hardware, tanks, cooling, fuel cells, battery, and motors add up. Managing that weight while delivering sharp dynamics is a heavy engineering challenge. Moreover, will customers pay for such exclusivity? Will the limited run be priced so high that it becomes a halo or collector piece rather than a usable road car? How many buyers will accept the hydrogen complexity rather than just a straight EV? These are real market risks. Conclusion. The Hyundai Envision 74 stands as one of the boldest concept cars in recent years, a fusion of past inspiration and future ambition, wrapped in high-performance engineering. It's a bridge between eras, the Pony Coupe of 1974 and a new vision of sustainable performance motoring. If it does reach production, even in limited form, it could reshape expectations of what a performance EV or hybrid can be. For now, it remains a rolling lab, a dream in metal and energy, a statement of intent. But for fans, engineers, and future buyers, it's also a tantalizing glimpse at what might lie ahead. Cars with the soul of a sports coupe and a powertrain that acknowledges the urgency of carbon neutrality. If Hyundai can pull it off, the Envision 74 may be more than a concept, it might become a legend.